In recent years, we've seen each new Monster Hunter release turn into a full-blown event, with gamers everywhere eager to jump in and turn some monsters into a new pair of boots, all while sharing stories of their best hunts and unique builds. A once niche franchise that went several years with a relatively small but dedicated fanbase, now a heavy hitter into space, moving millions of copies in mere days. It's been an absolute treat watching a franchise I've loved from nearly the beginning turn into such an industry powerhouse, with Wilds breaking Capcom sales records and proving to be one of their strongest IPs. But veterans of the franchise will tell you, it's always been an event for us, with each new title not only featuring unique mechanics and new monsters to hunt, but an opportunity to reconnect with your old hunting party of friends, sharing in the good times well into the night as you hunt just one more Rathalos, hoping for that damn ruby. From its roots, Monster Hunter has felt like a game that simply aims to celebrate the medium, wearing its entire identity on its sleeve while taking absolutely no shame in any of it. Sure, you can summarize the whole of its gameplay in a single sentence. It's also that laser focus that helps it achieve so much from a simple concept, executed with such expertise that it's elevated into something much more. From its deceptively simple combat sandbox that houses a staggering amount of different playstyles within each of its weapon types, to its deep gear and skill progression systems that allows for some of the best player expression in the genre. What's perhaps most impressive is just how much of this has been there from the beginning, with each new entry only needing to sand off some of the rougher edges while refining the solid foundation Capcom initially laid all those years ago. Wilds is no different, building upon the already excellent Monster Hunter world in almost every way, from the better monster variety, tweaks to the combat system, and the now fully realized ecosystems boasting unique, complex biomes filled with wildlife that cycles not only from day to night, but also different seasons that alter spawns and monster behavior. True to the franchise, Wilds feels like an improvement over the previous installment, while also remaining nearly the exact same game we all fell in love with. Sure, there's been changes to pretty much every system. Nothing is so drastic that it changes the very fundamentals of the franchise. While this may sound like a bad thing to some, I see it as an incredible feat very few IPs can claim. Capcom just got it right the first time around. They've since been tuning and refining that vision into its full potential. That's what I believe to be the game's greatest strength. We're close to finally seeing the full vision of what Capcom dreamed up 20 years ago. It's certainly not without its own set of issues, like performance optimization, an awful story, taking accessibility perhaps a step too far, and a light endgame launch state. But that doesn't take away from what it achieves. Monster Hunter Wilds has finally given us a real foundation to build on, with a beautiful world that feels more alive than ever, and I for one cannot wait to see what each new update brings, not to mention the inevitable expansion or two.